Good day, grade 6 learners. I'm teacher Rachel Rivera from Robust Elementary School and welcome to Bago Telescuela, your school on air. Before we start our lesson, make sure to have your module with you in English 6. Pen and notebook for taking down notes, and you must be in a place where you are comfortable enough for you to be able to focus on our discussion for today. Having the ability to present a coherent, comprehensive report on different viewpoints on an issue demonstrate a good and strong communication skill. It is one of the 21st century skill that a learner needs to develop. Likewise, it is equally important to consider the opinion of other people, regardless of whether they match your viewpoint or not. Today's lesson focuses on composing coherent, comprehensive report on differing viewpoints on an issue. But before that, let us first have a short review about your past lesson on compare and contrast content of materials viewed to other sources of information such as print, online, and broadcast. What do you call the process of comparing two or more objects wherein you are looking for their similarities? Comparing means pointing out their similarities or what they have in common. What do you call the process of finding the differences of two or more things or objects? Contrasting means pointing out their differences or way they diverge from one another. It is anything that informs and provides knowledge to a person. It may be in the form of observation, speech, document, or picture. Other sources of information can be gathered through print, online, and broadcast. Printed materials are consisting of all written materials which convey planned course of information. Online source can be an online newspaper, magazine, or television websites. Broadcast also transmit information immediately to a wide audience, often used for daily news reports on television and radio broadcasts. Now, let us move on with our lesson for today. As I have mentioned earlier, it is about composing coherent, comprehensive report on different viewpoints on an issue. Since we are under community quarantine, most of us stayed at home. Staying at home for a very long time can bring us many kinds of emotions. I am going to show you pictures. I want you to study the pictures and write the emotions expressed in each picture. Choose your answer inside the box and write it on the blank provided under each picture. The choices inside the box are anger, delighted, excited, uncertain, confused, and scared. Let us see if you got the correct answer. What emotion is being expressed in this picture? For number 1, the emotion being expressed in this picture is an anger emotion. Next, what emotion is being expressed in this picture? For number 2, the emotion being expressed in this picture is a delighted emotion. What emotion is being expressed in this picture? For number 3, the emotion being expressed in this picture is a confused emotion. Lastly, what emotion is being expressed in this picture? For number 4, the emotion being expressed in this picture is a scared emotion. People react differently to stressful situations, and the outbreak of the coronavirus disease 2019 may cause feelings like worry, anxiety, or anger. If you and your household are under quarantine, whether self-quarantine or otherwise, you may be feeling a number of emotions. It is important to understand your feelings during this time and pay attention to your mental health. With that, let's have another activity. I want you to read and analyze the following selection. Arrange and write them in a paragraph form to make a report with coherence. Finally, selected teachers started doing their modules which will be used on the opening of classes on August 24, 2020. Then, they were instructed to conduct survey on the availability of smartphones, cable TV, and internet connections by their contingent in their vicinity. On March 16, 2020, enhanced community quarantine was declared not only in Coherent City but in the whole country. Next, SDO Coherent City announced the conduct of mobile graduations in all schools following the rules and guidelines of Interagency Task Force or IATF. If you have already analyzed the selection, let's now arrange and write it to form a report with coherence. The selection should be arranged this way. On March 16, 2020, enhanced community quarantine was declared not only in Coherent City but in the whole country. Next, SDO Coherent City announced the conduct of mobile graduation in all schools following the rules and guidelines of Interagency Task Force or the IATF. Then, they were instructed to conduct survey on the availability of smartphones, cable TV, and internet connections by their contingent in their vicinity. Finally, selected teachers started doing their modules, which will be used on the opening of classes on August 24, 2020. Based from the previous activity, what does coherence mean? Coherence is the quality of being logical, organized, consistent in forming a unified whole. How do we compose coherent, comprehensive report on differing viewpoints on an issue? A report is coherent when each part are well connected and all heading in the same direction. It is comprehensive when there is a thorough explanation of the viewpoint on an issue. The sentences and information about the topic are arranged in a systematic way. There are important things to remember in composing a coherent, comprehensive report on differing viewpoints on an issue. Develop the topic sentence. The paragraph must be unified. It must develop only one idea. The supporting details should help the main idea. They should be for your next activity. Share your viewpoint by answering topics with agree or disagree. Then, write your viewpoint to support your answer. Let's do the number 1 together. Then you answer the number 2 to 5 on your own. The topics to be answered are: plastic bags should be banned. Video games can be educational. Global climate change is caused by humans. Vaccination is the greatest invention ever made. Living without computers or smartphones is impossible. On the first topic, plastic bags should be banned, you can state your viewpoint like this. Plastic bags should be banned because they pollute the environment. Or you may say, plastic bags should not be banned because they are more convenient to use. I hope you can confidently answer the other questions with the help and guidance of your parents and other family members at home. For your final activity, I want you to write the following sentences in a paragraph form and in correct order to make a coherent report. As a result of our location on Earth's surface, water, energy, agriculture, coastal ecosystems, human health, and infrastructure services are affected. Philippines is extremely exposed to the impacts of climate change. These impacts on climate change include rise in temperature and sea level, extreme rainfall, and increased occurrence of severe weather events. In addition, our country is prone to natural hazards such as storms, landslide, droughts, and floods because of our geographic location. These negative impacts of climate change can be significantly reduced if we do something for her, because her life is our life too. If you have already analyzed the selection, let's now rewrite it to form a coherent report. The selection should be arranged this way. Philippines is extremely exposed to the impacts of climate change. These impacts on climate change include rise in temperature and sea level, extreme rainfall, and increased occurrence of severe weather events. In addition, our country is prone to natural hazards such as storms, landslide, droughts, and floods because of our geographic location. As a result of our location on the Earth's surface, water, energy, agriculture, coastal ecosystems, human health, and infrastructure services are affected. This negative impact of climate change can be significantly reduced if we do something for her, because her life is our life too.
Okay, let's have another selection to read. Finally, the other animals at risk of extinction are the Bengal tiger, giant panda, mountain gorilla, sea lion, and others. The orangutan found in Malaysia has been endangered too due to the loss of its habitat and overhunting. Animals are in danger of becoming extinct due to many reasons. One of the endangered animals is the black rhino that is found in Africa because of hunting. The blue whale is endangered and threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and poisonous substance in the water. Let's now rewrite the following sentences in paragraph form and in correct order to make a report with coherence. The selection should be arranged this way. Animals are in danger of becoming extinct due to many reasons. One of the endangered animals is the black rhino that is found in Africa because of hunting. The orangutan found in Malaysia has been endangered too due to the loss of its habitat and overhunting. The blue whale is endangered and threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and poisonous substance in the water. Finally, the other animals at risk of extinction are the Bengal tiger, giant panda, mountain gorilla, sea lion, and others.
That's all for today, dear learners. Well, I do hope that everything is already clear to you, and you have enriched your knowledge on how to compose coherent and comprehensive reports on differing viewpoints on an issue. But, if you have some questions or clarifications, you may ask help from your parents or guardians or other family members. But, if you need more assistance, don't hesitate to call or text your teachers and send them a message to any means that is available for you. Now, grab your pen and notebook and write down your assignment. I want you to share your views and write a coherent, comprehensive report on this topic. Explain it in a paragraph of at least 5 sentences using a whole sheet of paper. Before, cell phones are not allowed inside the classroom, most especially in elementary schools. But now, things have changed. The classroom is now inside the cell phone during online class. Is this an indication that cell phones should be allowed inside the classroom? Does this one prove that nothing is permanent except change?
The effects of modular distance learning. Are self-learning modules effective in learning? Why? Are self-learning modules beneficial to you? Why? The collaboration between children and parents on modular distance learning. What is the role of parents in distance learning? Is collaboration between them important? Why? The effects of COVID-19 in our economy. What is the effect of COVID-19 in our economy? What do you think is the best thing that your family can do to survive the effects of economic crisis brought by this outbreak? The most important Filipino value. What is the most important Filipino value that you would like to apply in your life and why? How can this Filipino value that you consider as most important help you become a better person? Here's the rubric for evaluating your written report. 10 points if coherence and unity of sentence is very good. That there are no errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. 8 to 9 points if coherence and unity of sentences is good. There are 1 to 2 errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. 6 to 7 points if coherence and unity of sentences is fair. That there are 3 to 4 errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. 5 points if coherence and unity of sentences is developing. That there are 5 or more errors in spelling, punctuation, and grammar.
After doing it, submit your output to your English teacher. Always keep in your mind the things that we discuss as your reference for your next lesson. Remember to always follow the health protocols set in your community against COVID-19. Remember that amidst this pandemic, your education must continue because we care for your future. So, see you again next week, same time, same station, from 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Here only on 88.5 DWND FM, CMD Cable Vision, and streaming live via Facebook page of STO Kawayan. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been Teacher Rachel for Bamboo Telescuela, bringing education at its finest directly at your home. Saying goodbye everyone, stay home and stay safe.